Did you play Mortal Kombat as a kid? In the realm of fighting games, few characters evoke the raw power of nature quite like Raiden. With his electrifying presence, he commands thunder and lightning with a godlike authority. But is Mortal Kombat's Raiden merely a fantastical warrior? Or is he rooted in centuries of mythology? Tonight, we journey into the heart of ancient Japan, into the legends of Shinto, and uncover the true inspiration behind one of gaming's most iconic deities. Long before modern gaming, civilizations looked to the skies to explain the mighty power of thunder and lightning. In Japan, these forces were personified by a fearsome deity known as Raijin. Also called the Thunder God, Raijin has been revered and feared for centuries. His depictions, often with drums, wild hair, and a presence that exudes both fury and protection, capture the essence of nature's unpredictability. Raijin, Lei Shen, the Japanese god of thunder. Raijin, or the Thunder God, is a prominent figure in Shinto mythology. As one of the deities responsible for controlling the elements, he is both a harbinger of storms and a protector of the natural order. His image appears on temples, in folklore, and even in modern art, a testament to his enduring influence over Japanese culture. Raijin isn't merely a symbol of destruction, he is also seen as a guardian. His drums are believed to create thunder, a sound that signals both warning and renewal. In many legends, his presence ensured that nature remained in balance. Fast forward to the late 20th century, a time when video games began to capture the imaginations of millions around the world. Among these, the Mortal Kombat series emerged, introducing characters whose designs were as rich in lore as they were in combat prowess. One character in particular drew from the well of ancient myth, Raiden. At first glance, Raiden's appearance, a man in a conical hat wielding the power of lightning, echoes the image of the Japanese Thunder God. Yet his role within the game's narrative is far more complex, blending martial arts fantasy with otherworldly mysticism. The creative team behind Mortal Kombat drew inspiration from a variety of mythological sources, with Raijin being a primary influence. Raiden was designed as a character who could embody the awe-inspiring force of nature. They looked into different cultures' representations of thunder and lightning, and the image of Raijin from Japanese mythology really resonated with us. It was the perfect blend of beauty, terror, and power. Though the character's design was clearly influenced by the myth of Raijin, the Mortal Kombat version of Raiden is not a direct copy. Instead, he is a reimagined figure, an amalgam of ancient lore and modern storytelling. To fully appreciate the link between Raijin and Raiden, we must explore the iconography behind these figures. In traditional Japanese art, Raijin is often depicted with a fearsome countenance, his wild hair swirling in the wind as he beats enormous drums to summon storms. These drums aren't merely instruments, they are believed to create the very sound of thunder. Animated sequences show a stylized Raijin, his drums resonating with booming sound waves that ripple through the air. Contrast this with Mortal Kombat's Raiden. His design incorporates elements reminiscent of ancient depictions. His hat, for example, echoes the traditional headgear seen in historical images of Raijin. His robes, adorned with subtle patterns that hint at ancient symbols, further cement the connection. The swirling patterns on his attire, the dynamic lighting in his moves, they're all nods to the artistic representations of Raijin. It's not just about power, it's about invoking a sense of timeless mystery. This artistic interplay is where myth meets modern fantasy. The Mortal Kombat character isn't bound by strict adherence to mythological texts. Instead, he represents an evolving narrative, a symbol that bridges the ancient and the contemporary. While it's clear that Raiden's design is inspired by Raijin, the game developers took creative liberties that imbued the character with his own identity. Mortal Kombat's universe is one where gods and mortals clash in epic battles, where every character is larger than life. In this context, Raiden isn't just the embodiment of thunder. He is a protector, a guide, and sometimes even a harbinger of fate. In the game, Raiden's role extends far beyond that of a mere elemental force. He is a mentor to heroes, a keeper of balance between realms, and a figure whose wisdom and power command respect. This narrative depth is achieved by blending the raw energy of myth with inventive storytelling. Listen well, young one. The thunder that roars in the heavens is not mere chaos. It is the voice of the gods, a call to maintain the balance between order and destruction. I stand as the bridge between the mortal realm and the divine. Remember, the storm is both a destroyer and a healer. But Lord Raiden, how can one man command the fury of the skies? Raiden, through wisdom, through sacrifice, and through the legacy of those who have come before. The power of thunder is ancient, born of myth, forged in time. It is a reminder that even in darkness, light can be summoned. This dramatization captures the essence of how Mortal Kombat reinterprets ancient myth. Raiden's dialogue is not merely an echo of Raijin's mythic voice. It is a modern adaptation that speaks to themes of honor, duty, and the cyclical nature of life. Though our focus is on Japanese mythology, the concept of a thunder deity is not unique to Japan. Across the globe, cultures have revered gods of thunder. Thor in Norse mythology, Zeus in Greek lore, and Indra in Hindu tradition. Each embodies the awe and respect for nature's might. Yet what makes Raijin, and by extension, Mortal Kombat's Raiden, so fascinating is the cultural nuance. In Japan, the interplay between beauty and terror, order and chaos is central to the depiction of nature. Raijin is not merely destructive, he is also a force that propels life forward. His rhythms, his thunder, echo the heartbeat of the natural world. Each culture expresses its relationship with nature in unique ways. For the Japanese, the natural world is something to be revered and at times feared. Raijin is a perfect example. A deity whose wrath brings storms but whose presence also ensures that the earth remains fertile and alive. This duality is central to understanding his influence on modern interpretations like Raiden. The creative team behind Mortal Kombat recognized this duality. While they drew inspiration from Raijin's raw power, they also adapted his character to fit a narrative of eternal struggle. A battle not only against external foes but against the forces that threaten to upset the balance of existence. The Evolution of Raiden. Since his first appearance in the early installments of Mortal Kombat, Raiden has evolved dramatically. Early designs emphasized his role as an all-powerful god, but as the series matured, so did his character. He began to exhibit a more nuanced personality, one that balanced his divine authority with genuine care for the mortal realm. In the later games, Raiden is portrayed as a leader, a guardian who, despite his immense power, is burdened by the weight of his responsibilities. This complexity is what elevates him from a mere character model to a symbol of hope and resilience. His iconic moves, the electrifying lightning strikes, and his steadfast determination serve as reminders of the timeless nature of myth, reinterpreted for a modern audience. Raiden's evolution is one of the most interesting aspects of the Mortal Kombat series. He's not just a one-dimensional deity. He's been given layers of emotion and responsibility that reflect the complexities of both mythology and the human condition. It's that blending of old-world legend and new-world narrative that makes him so compelling. The character's journey mirrors the evolution of storytelling itself, a journey from simple archetypes to complex, multifaceted figures who embody the contradictions of power, duty, and sacrifice. Let us now step into a dramatized retelling, a mythic narrative that bridges the ancient with the digital. Imagine a time when gods walked among men, and the boundaries between myth and reality were blurred. Rain pours down as the camera pans to reveal an imposing figure clad in flowing robes and a traditional conical hat. Raiden stands tall, his eyes alight with inner fire. In the days when the heavens spoke in roars and the earth trembled under the might of the gods, I was born of the storm. I am Raiden, a guardian of balance, a beacon in the dark, and a force of nature incarnate. Here, in this sacred ground, the ancient myth of Raijin is reawakened. The drums of thunder echo in every heartbeat, and the lightning becomes a bridge between the divine and the mortal. Ancient priest, chanting in Japanese, "Great Raijin, Lord of Thunder, grant us the strength to weather the storm. Guide our hands and hearts. Raiden, long have I watched over these lands. In every flash of lightning, in every roll of thunder, the power of the gods surges forth. Yet with great power comes great responsibility. I must ensure that the tempest does not become a tool of chaos, but a symbol of renewal." Raijin represents the raw force of nature, a power that is both creative and destructive. When the creators of Mortal Kombat drew upon this imagery, they weren't simply copying a myth, they were reinterpreting it. Raiden in the game is a composite figure. He carries the weight of ancient symbolism while existing in a narrative that speaks to modern audiences. We wanted to capture the essence of a god, someone who commands respect not just through brute strength but through wisdom and foresight. Raiden's design, from his traditional hat to the way his lightning animates, is a tribute to centuries of myth. Yet, we took creative liberties to ensure that he fit within the Mortal Kombat universe, a universe that thrives on the clash of titanic forces. Both perspectives reveal a common truth. Raiden is more than a character. He is a cultural bridge, a living testament to how ancient myths can be transformed and given new life through modern storytelling. As the thunder rolls and the lightning strikes across the screen, we are reminded that myth is never truly lost. It adapts, it evolves, and it finds new expression in every generation. Mortal Kombat's Raiden is a prime example of this evolution. While his roots lie in the fearsome depictions of Raijin, his legacy has grown to embody the very spirit of resilience and balance. From the sacred halls of ancient temples to the digital battlegrounds of our modern era, Raiden endures as a symbol of power, protection, and the eternal struggle between chaos and order. He reminds us that even in a world driven by technology and screens, the echoes of ancient myth can still be heard in the roar of the storm. Every time I see Raiden, I feel that connection to history, to mythology, to something larger than life. It's amazing how a character can make you feel like you were part of a timeless story. Indeed, the myth of Raijin has been reborn in a form that resonates with millions. Raiden's story is not just about fighting, it's about understanding the forces that shape our world, both seen and unseen. So, is Mortal Kombat's Raiden based on a real mythology figure? The answer is a resounding yes. He is inspired by the ancient Japanese god Raijin, the deity of thunder and lightning. Yet, in the creative process, he has been transformed into something uniquely his own, a guardian of realms, a mentor in battle, and an icon of modern myth. In every clash, every burst of light, every spark of energy, we witness the timeless dance of myth and modernity. Raiden is not merely a character confined to the realm of video games. He is a living legend, a testament to the enduring power of ancient stories retold for a new generation. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of thunder and myth. As you return to your daily life, may you carry with you the reminder that even the fiercest storms are born of a natural balance. A balance that, like Raiden, continues to inspire and protect. In the digital age where stories are told in pixels and code, the legacy of myth remains undiminished. Raiden stands as a bridge, a reminder that the legends of old continue to shape our modern narratives. His journey from the sacred temples of ancient Japan to the virtual arenas of Mortal Kombat is a celebration of creativity, tradition, and the transformative power of storytelling. This documentary was brought to you by those who believe that every legend deserves a new chapter, every myth a modern voice, and every storm its own tale. May the thunder guide you, and the lightning remind you of the power within.